All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Are you looking for a high-quality beach and sand scoop? Are you trying to take your hunting to the extreme? How about an American-based company that stands behind their product and everything they sell? Then check out our friends over at XTREME Scoops. John has been making scoops for some time now and makes a quality beach and sand scoop to take your hunting to the next level. XTREME Scoops recently released their new sand shredder that works great in the water and on the beach. And if you're a new Equinox user, you may want to check out his Surfmaster X3 that can trap those small targets you new Equinox users are finding out there. XTREME Scoops' company approach is let's do it right. So do it right, buy it once, and go to the extreme. XTREMEScoops.com. That's XTREME scoops.com. Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, the fine print is out of the way, and it's time to roll with the show. We're back and we're live again. You are listening to Beyond Sight and Sound Metal Detecting and Treasure Hunting Radio for all the really cool digging people out there. And when I look into the chat, I see the Bills are in. Jim's in. Welcome to Jim Ferriello there. Mark's in. Barbecue. Who can forget barbecue? Let's see. I'm scrolling through here. Looks like somebody may have mentioned that Seven's in the house. So welcome to Seven if he's in there. I haven't seen it, but, once again, somebody done gave everybody a dose of Monster or something, because you all are already wired up in the chat tonight. Welcome to Ken. Looks like, where was that? Yeah, I see that there. Okay, Dennis is in, so we've got California showing up in the house tonight. And we see that Ken and Jim, also for Ken, go ahead and drop your link for Detectors.com there in the chat if you'd like. Good shirts. The Relic Radio shirts are really sharp too, by the way. Very nicely done, definitely. Jim Cook. Welcome aboard. That may be a new name. I'm not sure if I've noticed that one before or not. If I have and just forgot or something, apologies. Looks like the head pirate herself is in the house too. Shout out to Barb, and obviously the man with the plan, the dealer of choice, the dealer we love to plug on the show, Mr. Chuck Smalley, Shooters and Prospectors in the house. You can find his link in the description, as well as the link for our friends over at Extreme Scoops. And if you look further down in the description there, the very next link you will see is the link for a YouTube channel called Coils to the Soil. And we will definitely get into that more here in a few minutes, hopefully a little sooner than that, too. We'll see what happens. Also, let's see, Sunday. Yeah, that's what I said, Sunday. We're here on Wednesdays, we're here on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, always 8 p.m. Eastern. Why? That's just when we decide to throw the switch and see what happens around here. But Sunday, we'll actually be back with Dave Kimball and Lenny Quaylen talking about the new upcoming XP Team USA podcast and their experiences in the hobby, too. Going to be some good stories, I'm sure, and they are very near to launching their podcast, which, if I remember right, will be on Friday nights. So we'll see how that goes, definitely. And speaking of Chuck Smalley, I'm sure if you all caught the live videos on Facebook, he got himself another silver the other day. Equinox sniffed it right out. No doubt what that thing was. Slamming at a 30 all day long. Good find. Definitely a good find. And we also have some news in just before the show. You've heard us mention we've got the Halloween show coming up. We're trying to get people to share some of those stories with us. Can't let the cat out of the bag, but I did get an audio clip to share on the show because somebody that wanted to share a story will not be able to make the Halloween show. But they did send an audio clip that we will play that night. And for those of you that are thinking about contributing a story, whether you're calling in or sending an audio clip, however you want to do it, you're going to want to make sure that you do that. We won't go into a lot of detail yet, but we will be letting that information out very, very soon. Let's just say for those who would like to share a story, if they've got a good one, you may find yourself with a nice surprise. Now, doesn't that make you wonder? We'll have to see what happens. You know how it goes. Always keep them guessing around here. Anyway, last night we had the Flash in Your Pan live stream that I was supposed to be on, and apparently Murphy still lives in Ed's basement. That's all I can say. He had some issues. It wasn't anything that he could control, though. YouTube had some sort of a massive glitch last night that was global, and it caused some problems, but Ed did ask if I would like to come back again sometime. So for some of those plugs that I had hoped to have gotten out there for people like Shooters and Prospectors, Team USA, Coils to the Soil, the show, stuff like that, hopefully we can cover that again the next time that we're on there. We did get some mentions out before we had to shut it down. So I believe I was able to get Coils to the Soil mentioned and the XP Team USA group and stuff like that. So I was working on it. We got to share some good stories along the way. Hopefully some people found some entertainment in the stories anyway. Been quite some time since I had related that story about the day I was out hunting and almost got myself killed by that rambling car. But that's the way it goes. So, for everyone else, man, you know, we've been looking around. It's been a while since we've done a husband and wife hunting team. I think the last time was actually Josh and Abby Silva from Dig Wars. And really been intrigued by this couple's videos. I believe they've been doing videos now on YouTube for roughly 6 months, we'll say. But they're always out there as much as they can. In 6 months' time, I want to say they've uploaded something like 63 videos, I believe, to their YouTube channel. Good content, very interesting perspectives, but really, in terms of YouTube channels, relatively new, so to speak. So they're still under, I believe, 400 subscribers. So hopefully some of you will check out their channel tonight or after the show. Maybe you run across the archive, find the link in the description, and check them out. If you like what you see, subscribe to them, and make sure to click that notification bell, too, so you don't miss anything, because I'm telling you what, you guys want to see some interesting wrap-ups, you'll find it on these videos. You know, some people have that certain niche and things that they're known for with their videos. But for these two, lately it seems like the cats want to become internet stars when the wrap-up goes, when the camera comes on to record the wrap-up for the video. So you animal lovers out there, I'm sure you may get a kick out of it too. Very interesting stuff. But that's not all, because just because we're talking beach and water hunting, hey, you know, you gold prospectors may hear a little bit too, because there is some gold prospecting experience in the background here. So I'm sure Chuck may get a kick out of that, maybe Dennis will, who knows. Either way, I have talked to these two a little bit in the past, did a test call the other night and had a great time. Great people to talk to. So let's get them in here. That way, you know, for those of you that are tuning in for Coils to the Soil, well, this is your opportunity, because we've got them tonight. So how's it going? Jim and Gina, actually.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey!
All right. Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Okay.
I guess first off, I should say thank you both for taking the time to sit down with us here on the show tonight. We'll try to make it as painless as possible.
All right.
Not a problem. We like pain.
Right. Well, I guess first off, because some of these people, maybe they haven't even heard of Coils to the Soil. So why don't we start out with letting everybody know how you got into the hobby, Jim? Because you weren't always, I mean, you two are actually kind of more of a beach and water hunting team now, but that wasn't always the way it was.
No, it wasn't. I started 30 years ago with my brother. We used to read, you know, Hardy Boy books and stuff like that, and came out with some metal detectors, and we both got compass metal detectors. That was our first big heavy things, and 500-pound headphones. And I actually, the first place we went was a beach, and I found my first ring. I was in Santa Cruz in California. And from then on, I was hooked, and we started doing some parks and stuff, and digging coins and stuff. And to this day, my brother and I are still hunting, so I'm hunting more than he is, but we're having a blast at it. And it's just something that's always been out there. I've always been, you know, seeking treasure one way or another. And treasures, you know, it's wherever you live. I mean, whether it's a beach, it just happens, you know, we're surrounded by beaches here. It's a lot easier that way, but we haven't been here long enough in Virginia to know too much about the relic stuff, but we are starting to get some permissions in.
Nice.
But, I mean, like I said, treasures where you live. I mean, there's all types of treasures out there, whether it be bottle hunting or, you know, relic or coin shooting or
river sniping.
Sniping for gold or dredging for gold or any of the other ones. You know, it's whatever you want to make out of it. There's treasure everywhere. So
right, and you mentioned you hadn't been in Virginia all that long necessarily. You are actually, well, I guess both of you technically are a transplant from California, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Yep, definitely.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, like bodies, transplants, sometimes the body rejects them, and sometimes they just take a little while to adjust. So
it's a little bit different here. So
yeah, it's different. We're adjusting well, I think.
Yeah, Cali's a little bit more fast paced. People kind of mind their own business. Not so many guns.
Right.
Right.
But I mean, it's beautiful. We're in Northern California, so it's really beautiful up there, and we're not used to hurricanes and snowstorms. We used to have to drive up to Tahoe or something like that, Reno, to go in the snow, and now it's right in our front yard. So kind of different, especially hurricanes. We're used to earthquakes.
Right, yeah, that I can see where that would be a little bit of culture shock. But if you were up there in Northern California, you were probably right in the heart of some of the gold country, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. It's been many years prospecting up on the American River and some of the North Fork of the American, South Fork of the American, and stuff like that. Get back there and hike back 3 miles up in the mountains, mountain lions, bears. Doing all types, carrying slews on the back or a banker, or ended up taking up sniping. It was a lot lighter equipment, but
right, yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Had a bunch of firefighter friends there that that's what they time, and we go up and they had 3 and 4 inch dredges, and we get up on the South Fork of the American River, and I mean, they were just blowing up. We pulled out a football-sized piece of amethyst out of the river. It was huge. Yeah, definitely. But when I gold prospected, it was probably about close to $300 an ounce. So
wow,
we had to work hard for our money back then. So.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of dating yourself because we know what it is now.
Right?
Hey.
About 4 times that, 5 times on a good day.
Wow. So you two wind up, I mean, was Gina actually detecting or anything at this point?
No, actually, Gina's pretty new at it. It's been probably maybe a year now.
Yeah, just right about a year.
So
it's fun.
What got you into it then, Gina?
Well, like I said, we've always shared a hobby, regardless of what it is. That's just part of a strong marriage. We've always shared a hobby together, no matter what it is. And, we'll switch from one to another. And, he'd go out all the time and he'd invite me out and I'd watch him and sit on the beach.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
When she says share a hobby, yes, I painted porcelain things, and yes, I did scrapbooking. Okay, I'm not excited about it, but that's sharing a hobby.
It is.
You got to give and take a little bit.
Exactly. And I've played darts and
disc golf,
and we've always. So, but I went with him one day about a year ago, and he was cashing out some of his finds that he'd been holding for a while. And so we're at the store, and I saw this really cool beach cruiser that I really just wanted, and little Coach purse sitting next to it, and he cashed out, and he was like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Hold up, wait, what? Like, wait, you're actually making money doing this? All right, because I see some more stuff in that shop that I might need."
Right.
So,
well, wait a minute. I'm going to have to get in on this action.
Yeah. So he loaned me his Ace 400. That was the first one I used.
Yeah, it's the lightest machine I had.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you're just a little person, so.
Yeah, I think the first time I went out, I was maybe 45 minutes, and my arm was jello. And I was like, okay, you go out the rest of the day. I'm going to sit right here.
Right, this is more like work.
Slow one, but yeah, it was. And, over time, he got me the harness, and of course, now I have the Equinox, which is only like 2 pounds, so it's great. Now I can hunt 5-6 hours at a time without a problem. It's tons of fun.
Right. Well, and with that Equinox, it's so much lighter that I'm sure that helps too.
Yeah,
I mean, that
definitely.
thing's probably even lighter than the Ace 400.
It is. It is. So yeah, like I said, and I'm super happy with it, and yeah, it's just too much fun. So
Right. So, if you had an Ace 400 sitting around there, Jim, what were you using on the beach?
At that time, I was using my Excaliburs. I have an Excalibur 800 and an Excalibur 2. So I was using my X800 mainly. When you start somebody out, you really, if you really want to get them in the hobby, you really need to pay attention to what they're doing, see if you could help them out here and there. Not so much when the first couple of times you go out, it's more about them. I mean, you know what you're doing, and it's hard because you want to hunt, but you want to kind of make sure they're doing it right and
right.
they're going to be successful. And I'm not talking about planting rings in the sand so they can find them either, but there's a couple things. I mean, you can give them a detector and say, hey, have at it, go for it. But there was, a couple times we went out and I hate to say the word, kind of babysat a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of walked to me and answered all my questions as they came up. And,
even to digging them out, using the scoop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, how to pinpoint and all that other stuff. But
Right, because if you're able to simplify it a little bit for them, that takes a lot of the headache and frustration out right off the bat.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw some of that frustration and stuff, but, it wasn't an easy start for her. One was she was getting tired, so, we went to Detector Pro and got the cross harness. You hook onto the detector, and that alleviated the weight off the detector. And then we had to go, we tried different mini scoops, and she found out one that she can use conveniently. Problem is, it's not that great in the wet sand.
No.
That's where we're hoping Extreme Scoops is coming out with a new scoop, and it's supposed to be lighter, and hopefully that'll be something she'll be able to use. So
Yes, they are, and I can tell you from experience, they are lighter scoops, but they're very, very durable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke mine, so yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to take a boulder out.
Oh, so we're hoping they come out with one very soon.
Yeah. I brought it in and I had him weld the handle back solid, but yeah, I don't even know what I was digging, some 25-pound piece of iron something or another, probably a manhole cover. And and got home and realized my handle was nearly cracked off. I was like, man. So, but,
oh, wow.
I mean, getting back to her hunting, the first ring she ever found was actually a tungsten ring. So she was really excited about that.
yes, it's great.
And it took a while. I mean,
Yeah.
it took a while. And then she kept seeing that I was finding rings and stuff in the water and the wet sand. So, even with the Ace 400, you got to turn the sensitivity way down to get into the sand, the darker sand and the wet sand, and you're losing depth on that. But she kept venturing back and forth. So at that time, Mind Lab came out with the Equinox, started advertising it, and we're like, oh, wow, okay. It's
Right, we
lightweight.
got to get some of these.
Yeah, 2.9 pounds. It's perfect. It's a little bit, lighter than the Ace 400, and it's multi-frequency. And that's going to let her venture, straight from sand to black, wet sand and into the water and back without any issues whatsoever. So I was going to get her that as a gift. Well, she's an animal. She turned around and bought it herself.
It's true. I was impatient.
So, after that, it took a learning curve on that for both of us, actually, because we weren't used to being Excaliburs. I'm not used to the VDIs unless I was jumping around as much as they were, but unless I used the Garretts, and I very seldom used the Garretts on beaches. But she actually came up to me one time, and she was in tears, and she said, "Look, I think I wasted my money buying this thing, And I said, "Look, you know what? You got to earn your time." You got
to pay your dues, so to speak, and give the time to understand the machine.
Right, and she understood that and went back to it, and then what'd you find? A big silver ring with a bunch of stones in it.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Really pretty.
Yeah.
And then the ring started popping up for her, and she started finding some gold ones too. And then that's when, okay, well, she's got her gold rings. Let's show her a little bit about what that's all about. So we just recently went in and cashed some of those in, and she had some pocket money, and I think it was like $400 and something in her pocket. So
all right, yeah, way to go.
Yeah.
So, not that we sell stuff right away. I mean, we kind of hold on to see if it belongs to anybody, lost and found, stuff like that. But, we'll hold it for 3-4 months. And at that point, once we get enough of it, we're basically afraid that we're going to get robbed. So we want to get rid of it.
We don't want to keep it.
Right, that does bring up a good point, because when you're putting up these videos, hey, look what I found, it does kind of make a person a little leery sometimes.
Yeah.
And, well, maybe we don't want to keep all of this around here.
Right. Although some of it has found its way to my jewelry box. I'm just saying.
Oh, in our daughter's hands.
Oh, yeah. Daughter's wrist.
Oh,
yeah. Three girls, let me tell you. And a granddaughter. They will just come and be like, I need this. I need that.
Yep. Oh, I like this. They're not that bad. But...
No, they're pretty good. They're really good.
Right, so you get the finds home, and the family sees it, and you're going, well, there goes that ring. There goes
Wait. We stashed the gold. We only show them the silver.
Oh, there you go.
We let them choose from the silver, so.
I hope they're not listening.
I know, right? Love you, girls.
Right. Also, speaking of the beach and water hunting, I do see that a good friend of ours, Steve Zuzulik, is in the house.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
He, if you haven't seen any of his videos, you should check those out. Him and Ryan Fazekas just tear it up there in Canada. They do a really wonderful job. Some of the stuff that they find, it just about makes you drool all over your keyboard, and then you're out another computer.
Right? Dang it.
Oh, we watch so many YouTube channels. We just keep adding more and more and more.
Yeah.
And I told you the other night, we got rid of our cable TV and...
There's no time for TV.
Yeah, we're always on YouTube. So.
Right. Always got to catch up on everybody's YouTube channel.
That's right.
So, you can imagine when YouTube crashes, we don't know what to do.
Right?
Right. It's like sensory deprivation.
Exactly.
It is.
We're running around blind going, oh my God, what are we going to do?
Right. Well, you could do just like with the power outages. YouTube doesn't work. Let's go hunt.
Yep. That works for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like that worked quite well for you the other day.
Yeah, I got to work and I had to stay long enough to call everybody and tell them don't come in, and I was like, bye, go and find me a beach.
But you had to rub it in because I was at work.
Right.
Yeah.
When you guys got out there to Virginia, was the transition rough for you to go to the beach and water hunting, or you had been doing some of that in California to begin with, or how did that work?
Well, I mean, I've done many different types of metal detecting. My first nugget I ever found was with a White's BSAT, way back. And
wow. Yeah, that's back there a ways.
One way or another, I've always found myself alert, going to the water, one way or another. We're going to start doing a lot more permissions, whether they be coin shooting or relic hunting. We're starting to get more permissions. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start adding that to our channel too. And we did post one. We actually got on a property our first time, and you guys got to watch that because my wife's just adorable. And it's just, for an indoor woman that doesn't really go out that much, she's just rolling in the mud. She's sitting there on wet grass and digging. And,
I've never been so dirty in my whole life as I was that day.
Oh yeah, and she's sporting Jocelyn's tank top, sporting that, and it was a great video. I think we didn't find much, but we just got on this permission, and they still had these crops up, so we weren't able to get that much on the property, but we were able to go out and take a look at what was out there. So, and that was her first time doing that.
Oh, so that was your first time actually dirt digging?
Yeah, it was great. It took like a week to get the dirt out from under my nails. But, so yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was definitely different than the beach. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is a little different beast there. Everything on the beach is, you don't get quite as dirty. You track sand all over God's creation, but you don't get quite so dirty.
Right. So yeah, Jim loaned me a lot of his tools for digging proper. And so, of course, I had to go out and get my own. So I've got my own, and they're new sitting in the corner. So they're just waiting to be used.
So you're all set up then when you guys get back out there on the dirt again.
Yeah.
Probably within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Nice. So we're going to see a little more dirt in upcoming videos.
Yeah.
And, like I said, you can't really call it relic hunting or coin shooting until you get out on the property and find out what you're finding.
That's true.
That is a good point.
Yeah,
definitely. So, but most of them are farm fields, so I'm hoping a little bit more towards the relic side.
Yeah.
Or a mixture of both would be great.
Mostly it was just aluminum shredded cans, but hopefully we get some.
I found a wheat penny.
That's true. You did.
Yep.
You did.
Background was teal that night.
It was. The background's always teal. For all of you that don't know, we have a battle going on the backgrounds. We call it our background battles, so that's fun. Very rarely, if I find better finds than he does, then the background is going to be pink.
Yeah, I mean, we share everything we find, but we do have a little bit of contest going between the two of us. So.
Right, but we have seen in past videos, too, you both have got it figured out, a surefire way to keep the background your color.
Like go when he's at work?
Right. Because we saw that from Jim, too, a few weeks ago.
Yep, I had the grandkids, and he was like, sorry, babe, gotta go. So, yeah. So.
We've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fun. And then sometimes we'll drag them with us, which they love, because they'll just play in the water all day long, so.
Oh, yeah, great weather, great day at the beach, everybody's having a good time, and you two can still get some detecting in to boot.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying we're having a blast with this YouTube stuff. It's all new to us, so editing new to us. If you look at some of our older videos, it's like, okay, we're sorry,
right? We're just going to apologize.
Just focusing the camera where you want it, Sometimes you might see my wife's crotch or my crotch,
Looking up at the sun. Yeah. You're like, wow, look at this beautiful find. And you're like, yeah, I can't see it.
Right. The sun's just too bright.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, we're our worst critics. So, but since we started doing the YouTube channel thing, we made a lot of friends and a lot of good people in the hobby of metal detecting. And we're starting to get a little bit of stardom, which is really cool. And people run out on the beach and say, hey, I watched your videos, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was kind of scary the first time. Because, and we always kind of stayed within eyeshot of each other, but I was on the beach, and this guy in the parking lot just, locked eyes with me and, was kind of freaking me out a little bit. Yeah. And he's just barreling straight at me, and I was like, oh, man. And he's like, hey, nice to meet you, and I see your channel, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, where's your husband? I was like, over there, and he's like, okay, bye, and took off and went and found my husband, but yeah, it was kind of startling the first time. So.
Yeah, I know how it can go. I've been in those situations before where it's like, what does this person want? Because you can clearly tell they're making a beeline right for you.
Yep.
It's funny, too, because, it happens to you when you're, doing YouTube videos. But then when you see somebody else who does YouTube, you don't realize that you're doing it yourself.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, my God, there's Max, Grave Digger Max. Well, let's go see what he's doing,
Right? And he's like, who are these stalkers? Why are they sitting on the beach staring at me?
He knows.
Yeah, yeah, he does now, but.
Yeah, I mean, Grave Digger's got quite a following. So does Geekmaster.
Yeah. They're a fun group, that's for sure. So
a lot of fun. We keep in touch with what's going down there on the eastern end, and they keep in touch with what's going up here on the peninsula with us. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So when you two, because obviously you two started the whole beach and water hunting together before you started doing the videos.
Yes.
What kind of inspired you to say, hey, let's get a camera and get all these crazy angles worked out so we can do fun videos or whatever? What inspired you to? Did you get just a camera first, or did you automatically off the bat go, hey, we're just, each of us are going to run a camera? And what inspired you two to do that? And what cameras and mounts do you use?
It started off because of watching YouTube, and we said, hey, we could do that too. But as far as the first camera came about, I'll let you tell that story.
I think the very first video we did, I used my phone.
Oh, okay.
I used my phone on that ring, which is in my jewelry box.
Yeah, I think it was 46-second video.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was 46 seconds. It was great. But then my company, we have this fabulous Christmas party every year, and the owner of our company buys us all gifts.
Nice.
And my gift, they're great gifts too, because my gift last year was the GoPro Hero Sessions 4.
Well, no, it was binoculars. Those.
It was binoculars, but I traded them to somebody else
for the sessions.
Sessions. And so last Christmas we had the sessions, and then I was like, well, let's try taking it on the beach. And so we tried kind of keeping together to do the filming, and we just found it was really hard to film two of us with one camera.
Yeah, and also the fact that, we wanted to offer two different perspectives to metal detecting, and with her being up in the dry sand and wet sand, and me being in the wet sand and water, it's kind of cool to see two different perspectives of metal detecting in one video.
Absolutely, it is. That's one of the things that I kind of enjoyed about the videos myself.
Yeah, we were like, let's just get two cameras. And, of course, I didn't think of the editing behind all of that. But, I may have rethought it a little bit longer had I realized what I was getting myself into. But, we ended up with two of the GoPro sessions. And
it's a good camera. We tried a couple other cameras, and they were pixelating and stuff on us. But the sessions, we don't have to focus them. They're waterproof. And I mean, if you watch the videos, the picture's awesome.
Yeah, so, I think they're great quality.
I think Gravedigger Max is actually using a Sessions 4 now, or Hero Sessions 4, whatever it is.
Whatever.
Wow. You mean Max finally got tired of burning through them ZX5s?
Yeah, I think Steve Gigmaster, I don't know what he's using, but he's burning through cameras right now too. So.
Yeah, he goes through quite a few.
Oh, yeah, he does. He put up a video recently of a bunch of the cameras he uses, and I'll bet there were 4 or 5 of them on the table that he had already toasted.
Right? Yeah. And like I said, I mean, when you're talking, cameras can get really expensive, but, the GoPros, I think, are quite affordable for what they are. So,
a lot of people, they have their different opinions on them. But.
Yeah, you can get, there's such a big range on the GoPros. You can get, the original one, which you can probably pick up for probably $50 at this point. Mm-hmm. Or you can get the 7. I think it's a 7 that's out now, which is crazy, but
anyways, with the two different, we knew that we had to have two cameras at that point, and that just made the editing twice as hard. So
it did.
She can spend 3-4 hours on an edit, depending on how long the video is. It's great when if she goes out by herself. That she doesn't really have to edit much.
String it all together.
Mine are a little bit more complicated because I have a construction mouth, and sometimes when I see something, I say some words I'm not supposed to be saying. We haven't figured out how to edit or beep those out yet. So.
I have to go and edit it and make it sound like he didn't stutter in there.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
Cut them words out.
And then sometimes, you forget, to turn the camera on. There's a whole bunch of stuff we're learning, so.
Right. I see we've got a question in the chat. People want to know, how do you toast a camera? Well, that happens real easy when you're working in water and sand. Seals fail. Sand gets in the lens, or the lens gets scratched up. Either way, they don't last very long. It's a harsh environment for a can.
Yeah.
Salt water especially. I mean, if you're not rinsing your equipment out every time after you use it, I mean, it's going to go bad on you.
Yep.
It eats metal, it eats rubber, it eats it all. So.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Also, I see where somebody was asking here. I'm not sure where it's at now. But I thought I saw someone in the chat wanted to know if you run an Equinox as well, Jim. And I know if they go back in the videos, they'll see that. But maybe you can relay that story where apparently Gina decided it was time for you to have an Equinox too.
Yeah. I mean, after she got hers, I was like, okay, well, I needed something that was a little bit lighter. I know winter's coming up pretty soon, and we don't always like to get out in the water when it's, 40, 30 degrees. So
right.
A wetsuit's nice, but it's still chilly getting out. I got rid of my pulse machines, so all I had left basically was the Ace 400 and my 2 Excaliburs, and I said, well, you know what? I need something that's got multi-frequency on it, and it's going to make it easy, and it's lightweight, and I think I'll get one of these, but I'm going to hold off and wait and see how they do and stuff like that. And yeah, we watched so many YouTube videos, well, I did, on the Equinox, and I was inspired by a lot of the stuff that I watched, and I said, you know what? I'm going to get one of those. As soon as Christmas is over, I'm going to get one of those. Well, this lady decided she was just going to go ahead and buy me one.
Yep.
And she went ahead and bought me one and surprised me with it. And, of course, my construction mouth took over there, too. But,
it's true.
It's one of those things that, it's like, oh, my God, she just bought me a detector. This woman, a year ago, I couldn't get her out of the house to go detecting. And now she's bought one for her and bought one for me. And where'd you get all that money from?
It's all them gold rings I'll find.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, you can definitely tell that one caught you off guard.
It did, yeah. I couldn't edit out. He did a couple of words in there, and I couldn't edit it, and I was like, you know what, it's okay. I'll just throw a disclaimer at the front of the video.
But as far as the Equinox goes, I mean, I've been a tone hunter for a while. I mean, with the pulse machines and the Excaliburs and stuff, and the only other machine I had that I used VDIs on was my Garrett's, whether they be the AT Pros or the Ace 400, which I sold the AT Pros, but now I wish I kind of kept one. But so I'm still working with the VDIs, trying to figure them out. I think everybody is, though, from what I'm seeing.
Right.
The trash elimination, or the being able to pick a target out of trash is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And the depth on that machine is incredible on the beach.
Crazy incredible.
I'm sure I found some stuff I could not find with my Excaliburs out there. So
there's been at least 2 occasions now with the Equinox where I've been running it, and you'll get that slamming signal, and it's a good target, and you dig down there and you see, no surprise, it is a good target, and then I kick that iron audio on. Because this was such a screaming signal, how did I miss it? And you hear the iron just all around there, and somehow that machine still picks it up.
Yeah.
Right.
We mainly hunt in all metal on that machine. Once in a while we'll switch over to discrimination just to see what it is, but we basically both hunt in all metal. Pretty much dig everything. So we pull a lot of trash off the beach, and you'll see in our videos we don't display our trash. I mean, we're a treasure video,
Everybody's got trash. Everybody knows you dig up a ton of trash.
And what people call treasure is different to each person. And sometimes we don't have enough treasure, so we'll show a little bit of the secondary stuff, like sinkers and plastic things that she finds on the surface and stuff like that. But, we pick up all our trash. We throw all the big stuff away at the cans, and, on the beaches they have garbage cans there, and other people can't seem to find. But one of my favorite videos that we posted was the one where I show all the finds we found for the first 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed that video. And it was such a phenomenal amount of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Between the 2 of us, I mean...
So much stuff.
It's amazing once you pour those buckets out on the driveway. You just look at how many targets you dig and have dug, and that's not even including gold and the stuff that the bigger aluminum cans and big pieces of steel and stuff.
And it's funny because keeping that trash, a lot of people will be like, well, why are you keeping it? About, a couple of years ago, they shut down a couple of the beaches to us. And
one main beach.
Yeah, one main beach. And you know what? Everybody that saves their trash brought it into the meeting and said, look, this is what we've pulled off your beach.
Right. We do a service.
Yeah. And so then they opened it back up to us, which was great.
Nice. We've got a caller on with us, too. It looks like we've got Mr. Chuck Smalley. How's it going, Chuck?
Real good, Josh. Real good. I'm enjoying these two. They're the epitome of a couple out there having a great time.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch any of your YouTube yet, but I will get on there and I'll try and see if I can catch up on that. And I might have missed it. Where are you two doing most of your beach hunting?
We live in Virginia.
We're pretty much Virginia Beach area and a little north of that or west.
A lot of cool. Very cool. I'll be in your state the end of this month for a couple weeks.
Oh, nice.
And but I'll be up at Mount Pillier working with them, and a great area.
So there's lots of history here.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you started with a compass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that puts you back in about the mid to late 70s.
Okay, now you can't find out how old I am.
Well, Chuck's been doing this a minute.
Yeah, I used to sell compass detectors. They were an awesome machine. Just literally awesome because they kind of took a step above the whites. That race was on then, but it wasn't as fast and furious as the one we have today on technology.
Absolutely.
And they were a great machine. Absolutely a great machine.
Yeah, that was my very first. My brother and I both bought them at the same time, and that was our very first detectors. And it was funny because we went to Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk, and I decided to hunt in the volleyball courts, and my very first find I ever found was a gold ring with that detector.
Nice.
Fantastic.
And from that point on, I was hooked. I was hooked. From there, we used that machine all the time, and then started venturing a little bit into the whites, and then back out of the whites, and I took a sabbatical for a while from it, getting married, having kids and stuff like that, and back in.
Same thing here, but I got into prospecting and mining, and that did a hard right turn. I did some detecting with it, but that, you changes come and you go back and forth and different machines, and that's excellent.
Right. Yeah, you change your hobby once in a while, I started fishing and started doing some tournament fishing for not a Bass Pro tournaments, but they were like the lower end of Bass Pro tournaments. And boy, does that take the enjoyment out of fishing, I'll tell you that much. That's a lot of hard work. I feel for those guys. That's a lot of hard work. And it's just other, hobbies that I was doing. But then I had a neighbor who did a lot of gold prospecting, and a boss that I had did a lot of gold prospecting. So I got back into gold prospecting and started doing that for many, many years. Build my own cleaning and stuff, and sniping. I love sniping. Being in the water, floating in a wetsuit, and cracking bedrock shelves open and sucking the gold like that.
I like sniping too, and that was a lot of fun. And you ran the same gamut many of us have. We went through many different parts of our detecting and prospecting and treasure hunting and things like that. Now, the one thing I did hear you mention, you did sell finds, and I sold a lot of finds along the way to help pay for what we were doing, I imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure everybody does. Well, there's a lot of relic collectors that collect their stuff and keep it. And, but gold prospecting, I love it. You're out in the outdoors, you're out in the mountains, packing a gun and good to go. Got the dog running around, and, you never in California, it's easy to walk up on a marijuana growing farm, stuff like that back there.
You be careful where you go.
Yeah, and those guys all have guns. And,
Right.
Yeah.
and but they understand. You're just up there on the river and prospecting and stuff like that. But I really, I did a lot of high banking, some dredging, some just a lot of digging and a lot of rock breaking and stuff like that. And I ended up loving sniping. It's relaxing to me. I'm in a wetsuit, mask, snorkel, and the fish are around me, usually right next to me, waiting for me to clean out a crevice or something. And the tools are a lot lighter to backpack 3-4 miles back up in the mountains too.
Yes, they are. That's amazing. That's great stuff. A parallel here. I've done a lot of what you've done, but I've went to larger scale on some of the mining, and that is nothing but pure unadulterated love for work. In other words, you got to love what you're doing, because it's constant breakdowns and work and equipment issues and fuel issues and getting stuff. But most of mine was done in Wyoming and Alaska.
Wow.
Yeah, and again, you're not surrounded by a bunch of beaches, and stuff like that. And I find the opportunity to find gold a lot easier on the beaches out here. It might not be pure gold, but
it's a lot warmer.
Yes,
it's a lot warmer. And if you watch some of our videos, you'll see a lot of the other beautiful things that are out there.
Like the dolphins.
I was talking about.
I've got a few things on YouTube, but not much. I haven't. Most of the time, I just haven't made the time. You've got to make time to do that along with what you're doing. I'll do a quick live feed on Facebook, but like my wife chastises me, and I heard you guys talking about your different shots. She said most of mine, you'll rarely see me on there. Most of the time I focus on what I'm digging, because she said you keep looking up your nose.
You know what? That's funny. Yep. But, I totally agree with you. It was harder for me to film, and it still is, because I'm concentrating on hunting. I'm looking at the sand, I'm looking at the beaches, I'm looking at the terrain, I'm guessing where, I'm going to find the heavier stuff at. I'm looking at the water, constantly watching the water for sharks, and other stuff. But, in that doing that, you forget sometimes you're wearing a camera. You need to turn it on and say, hey, maybe somebody wants to see you pull this quarter or dime out of the water, and stuff like that. So, but
or you forget that it's on.
Into the dirt fishing end of it and relic hunting, possibly.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. My wife's highly allergic to bees.
Yeah.
And so we pretty much kind of wait for them to go dormant before we actually get out on the field. So
I can understand that.
Yeah,
especially with is not good on that.
Especially with the ground bees out here and stuff. So I think that last time we actually went out, the only video we made, bee was trying to get on you.
Bee would not leave me alone. It was stalking.
And sometimes you're not within range of a hospital, so
right. Yeah, you only got a few minutes to get there.
She's more valuable to me than anything I can find out there. So
thanks.
Always make sure to carry an EpiPen.
Yeah.
Not that I know how to use it.
I know, right?
Does that go in your temple?
Right, yeah. Just right in the forehead, babe.
Well, congratulations on getting going, and it's fun to listen to you guys. You're definitely people that promote our hobby, and you make it fun. Now, how old are your grandkids?
Our grandkids are 7, and then my granddaughter is 7, and then our grandson will be 11 in February.
Really?
So.
You're missing the boat there. If you want to up your ante on YouTube, get those kids in the field with you.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
There's a couple with my grandson, with them in there, and they're just, they have a great time. They love it.
I try to get my grandson to metal detect. He's all, Papa, I want to go detecting. I want to go detecting. So I bought him a Garrett. I think it was a GT 350 or something like GTA 350 or something.
Yeah.
And it's, I figured it was light enough for him. And finally took him out. He lasted about 5 minutes. He said, Papa, can I go in the water? And that was it.
And
He never picked up the machine again. He'd rather be out in the water playing with all the other kids, so.
It'll come. And, but I've got 2 little grandnieces that I've taken out, and I've had pictures of them, and They like to go out. Same thing. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Actually, the one found a dime. She was 5 using a little go find, and the other one found a nail and surface type stuff, and they were just having a blast. I did a little thing on it. My God, the people just you get the kids involved, that's great. That's the whole thing about it. The whole family out there, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I believe in one or two of our videos, we actually have our grandkids. My granddaughter was digging a target for you using the pinpointer. Our grandson, both. They love digging.
They do. They'll be in the water and see me grab my scoop, and they're like, let me dig. Oh.
That's great. That's absolutely great, and they're a lot of fun to have out there, and and getting the family involved, and that's the kind of stuff that we need to see out there. I agree with you. You'll rarely see me. I can generally tell by sound if I'm digging something good, and you'll see me dig something good up. I don't show 15, 20 pop tabs and cans and this kind of stuff. We know we dig junk. There's no way around it. We don't care seeing a can come up out of the ground, but if you pulled up a silver quarter or an old half or something like that, that's what they want to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And you can't show them live digs every time because you never know. Again, it's back to that pop pull tab and the bottle cap and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that they don't see that
12 aluminum.
But yet, once in a while, we're going to have to show them, hey, you're going to pull out some junk, especially with the new people. They're just watching the videos and learning how. They want to see what's out there, and you don't want to lie to them.
Right.
So yeah, I totally understand. Where am I going with this?
I'm going to get out of here quickly. One thing, since you're in Virginia, and you have the massive history of the Civil War, the massive history of our country, go over to Montpelier and check that out sometime. James Madison's home over in Orange, Virginia. I only think it's a couple hours from you. And a lot of the work that's being done there is by metal detectors.
That's
right.
Yeah, I think
and then they go in with archaeology and open it up, and it's really a hoot. And you guys are close enough. Stop in sometime. You'll be totally amazed at what we've covered and helped them set up and find. And that's expanding. They're going to start using more metal detectors at some of the other digs out there. So that's a plus for us all. So great show, you guys. I'll back out of here and let Josh do his thing. And good hunting to you. And I'll be watching you on YouTube out of here from the Northern Illinois Fold.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for the call, Chuck.
Yeah, Josh, take care, brother.
You too. Well,
I don't know if Chuck's still listening or not, but we're kind of, like I said, we started out with the beach hunting out here and stuff and getting into the relic, and we're starting to meet more people doing the relic scene of it, which is a little bit more towards the Richmond area from us. And, we got the Virginia Diggers meet this Sunday, actually. And we're going to meet a lot of the relic hunters up there, too. So we're trying to venture out and meet more people and find out, the restrictions in Virginia because of the history is so hard to dig.
Right. Yeah, you do have to be very careful.
We live on colonial battleground as well as Civil War battle. We live in Yorktown. I mean, so we can't even walk outside and have a detector in our hand without somebody saying, hey, what are you guys doing?
Right. What do you think you're doing with that? We've got another caller on, too. Looks like we've got the pirate herself calling in. How's it going, Barb?
Tired, but a day off. Heaven.
There you go. There you go.
In a row was off, I can tell you that.
Right?
Oh, yeah, Mark just put, I need to introduce them to Matt Howell. He's in Fredericksburg. He's gone digging.
Yeah, we watch Matt all the time. Actually, we're going to see Matt this Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, well, when you do, please do this for me. Please.
Okay.
Please.
I'm not kissing him.
No. Give him a knuckle sandwich in his right deltoid and say that's from Barb.
Okay.
Got it. Writing it down so I don't forget.
We're going to be up on Jerry's property. Jerry's from Coal Harbor Metal Detectors.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Yeah, also the relic store. Yeah, we've actually did a video on one of those his relic store there. But yeah, I'll let Matt know first that it's from you before I punch him. But anyways,
Right?
No. Give him a knuckle sandwich, and when he looks at you, go, Barb said, hi. Doug with Matt a couple of times. He may be listening. If he is, then trip him or something. It's okay. He's a great guy, got a good sense of humor. I'm going to see him in a month, so I can smack him again then.
Okay. As long as he's not armed.
Right?
No. I think he leaves it in his car, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that'll be, that's going to be fun on Sunday to get to
definitely
see all of them and meet a lot of people we haven't met yet.
Probably some of the other YouTubers too, but Matt's got a great channel.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely. Yeah. You may even wind up having a few people run up to you too. I watch your videos all the time.
I know, right? Just don't freak me out.
Right.
Well, we're always on Matt's live streams. He does them Tuesday nights, and then he does also on Sundays sometimes, periodically. So we watch his live streams all the time, and when we can, and like to comment and chat with everybody. And again, that's the great part about YouTube is everybody. You get on them live streams with the chats, and it's like we're all family.
Yeah.
And we just all have a good time. It's like we spend probably the first 30 minutes saying hi to everybody, and they're saying hi back before we actually watch the video,
Sounds like an episode of Beyond Sight and Sound.
Right? First half hour, it's like, hey, how's your cold? Glad you got over that,
How's your family, Hey, like that fine you find.
Yeah. It's
watching the videos, so a lot of fun.
It is.
Well, I'll see what I can do, Barb. Triple mar knuckle sandwich. That's a 2?
Yeah, one or the other.
One or the other?
But she did say she thinks he leaves it in the car, so you may be better off with just tripping him.
Okay, well, I'll have my wife frisk him first, because, I'm not going to touch him, but...
Just take the boy some food, and you're good. I mean, he's young, he's a firefighter, and he can eat the bottom of a 50-pound potato sack in no time. So.
Well, that's going to change because he's an expecting father, too, right now. So that food thing's going to change on him. He's going to be sleep-deprived.
Yep. The struggle between sleep and food is real.
Right.
He's to digging in Virginia, and she's due in November, but I don't know which end of the month she's due.
Yeah, we don't either. But I'm sure he's going to be a proud dad and post it for everybody to see.
Heck
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell he's very excited.
He is.
He's only 2 hours, I think, from home at Culpeper, so he'll be good. But I have 2 questions. One, have you gone to the White Oaks Museum outside Fredericksburg?
No, we haven't. We've only been in Virginia 8 years, and there's still a lot. We had the Colonial Museum right down the street within walking distance from us, and we've never even been there.
And we still haven't been there.
Well,
drive by it about 5 times a week. Be like, we should go there. Yeah. After we hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, who's got time to visit the museum? There's rings out on that beach.
Oh, yeah, I've got to utilize all the sun.
No, I'm serious. You need to Google it. It is, this man is probably 70 and started digging when he was maybe 14.
Oh, wow.
With his parents. And there's one display. If you go to the picture on Dirt Pirate Detectives' upcoming hunt Facebook page, the big picture is over 60,000 3-ringers in this one glassed-in case.
Wow.
That's a lot of gray matter.
Actually, you know what? The closest thing we've been to a museum is a Cold Harbor metal detecting shop. And we videotaped that, and that was very interesting to see all Jerry's stuff. I'm sure you've been there, Barb, right?
No, I live in North Carolina, so.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're ever around this way, stop by there, Cold Harbor Metal Detecting, and see Jerry. They sponsor Matt and Gone Digging. And he's actually got a little museum thing going on in there. It's really pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah,
really cool.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, you were down there to dig with Matt and didn't check out the local dealer?
No, I got there at like dark 30. I drove straight from Massachusetts to Virginia in one day, so I checked in at like 9, 10 o'clock at night and got up the next day, and we went digging till, I don't know, 6 or later, and I went to my hotel and I boogied home.
She's got a lot more stamina than I do.
Right?
Oh yeah, she doesn't stop. She's you could kind of say she's hell on wheels when it comes to detecting. She'll definitely hold her own. She'll wear you out.
Hopefully we'll be able to meet you sometime.
Oh, that'd be great. But definitely you want to see this museum. This man, he gave us a private lesson. He has got probably 500 books on, depending what you want to hear. He showed us how they laid the huts out. It's in an old schoolroom, so he had a big blackboard, the original blackboard, and drew how they lined up their huts, and has pictures of them bulldozing huts out, and there's probably 500 plates, Confederate, Yankee, there's every type of Civil War, arsenal, you name it, and it's a must-see. And he has replicated the huts in the back and has one inside showing how they would live. It is, and he's not doing well, and I know they're trying to preserve it, so it's a must-see.
Oh, yeah,
now,
definitely sounds like it.
My second question, I missed it, but I caught it in the chat, because where I've worked 80 million hours the last 6 days, I was playing with my doggy. But somebody said you sold some of your rings.
Yes, ma'am.
True. Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Got to get them equinoxes somehow.
Yeah. Those equinox cost some money.
Did she just ask how?
I said, why?
Why? Well, I mean, you know, it again, it's treasure, and, you know, we have expenses, and we're not going to sit there on YouTube and ask people for money, and, you know, we want to pursue this, but there's a lot of stuff we don't sell, but when it comes to jewelry, I mean, it's mainly our scrap jewelry, the stuff that's broken, missing stones. I found class rings with no names in it, and the stones were missing, stuff like that. Mainly that stuff's the stuff that we scrap.
Yeah. Oh, if it fits any of these fingers or ears or this neck or wrist, then it's in my jewelry box. So.
Well, and that's true. She did mention that too, Barb.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I said, I was playing with my dog and giving her attention, so I missed it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know any beach hunter. Well, I think there's an older guy, and I forgot his name, and Josh might know him. He's in Florida, and he's got a collection of rings that's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I think everybody that I know of at some point in time, of course, we hold them for a while. Right. And like I said, we check the lost and found. We definitely, as like I told Josh the other day, I'd rather be a hero than profit from the ring. It is indescribable, the feeling of giving a ring back to somebody who lost it, you know, and thought maybe they were never going to get it back again.
Yeah.
And I've been on Channel 2 News. I found a 1969 class ring, and anybody who's out there metal detecting have had that story happen before, you know. But we hunted this. It took us 3 months to find this lady, and she actually ended up being in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep.
And she owns her own dental practice. And when we first called her, she thought we were soliciting, trying to get money from her.
Right.
And then after I asked her the proper questions. Okay, well, did you lose, you know, your class ring at one point in time? And she said, yeah. And I says, would it happen to have been at, you know, this beach and such? And she said, yeah. And she goes, ma'am, I have your ring. She hasn't seen that ring in, 40 years?
Yeah, she lost it the year she graduated.
Yeah, it was 1969, so I can't do the math real quick.
Summer of 69.
And it just, from there, it just took off. And that happened probably 7 years ago, and we're still really good friends with her.
We're great friends with her.
She keeps in touch, tells us what country she's in, what she's doing on vacation and everything. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, it was really awesome.
And I'm sure, anybody who's metal detected out in the beaches in Fine Springs, because that's mainly where you're going to find them. You find them out in the dirt and the parks and stuff too, but you find a lot more out in the water. It has basically the same story. That ring that we were looking for the other night actually got found today, Josh.
Good deal.
Yeah, it wasn't by me, but it was by one of the members to our club, and they actually hunted 2 days in a row and found it today. And
nice.
They're actually getting that engagement ring, that diamond engagement ring, back to the people tonight.
Congratulations to them.
Awesome. So, yeah, we had a lot of people out there looking for that.
Oh. Well, and that is one of the great things about your area. You've got plenty of people you can call on to help for a ring hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's some big money rings that have been lost out here, too. I think the Max was looking for a $32,000 ring.
Yeah. Crazy.
Not too long ago.
Where's a $32,000 ring?
People that live in Virginia Beach.
Right, yeah, believe me. I've heard some stories on some values of some various jewelry that would probably blow your mind when you hear, somebody paid that much for that thing?
Right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I could buy a house for that.
Right? Right?
Anyways, hopefully, did we answer your question, Barb?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Thank you. And it makes me feel better. I have never sold any, but one day probably. You can't take them with you. So,
right.
Right. Well, I'm sure you have rings that you've had forever, and that at one time, we're trying to get the hobby to pay for itself, because it's not a cheap hobby. You drop $1,500 for a detector and go out and. And some people could afford it, and we're working class.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes we can't afford that stuff, so we got to use what we can and hopefully get this hobby to pay for itself and take it from there. So.
Right.
Oh, I totally get it. I understand. I'm single and work too much. But thank you so much. Y'all sound like a great person. I subbed you the other night, and I haven't watched the vid yet because, like I said, I just came off 6 12-hour, well, they're 12.5-hour shifts with an hour drive each way, so no life.
That's exhausting.
Well, I appreciate it. Hope you like our channel. Just remember we're still kind of new.
We're all new. We all learn something new every day in this
That's
hobby.
right.
Yes.
Well said, Pirate.
Learning, you keep on growing.
Well, y'all take care. I'm going to let you go, and it's been a pleasure listening to y'all.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
and you have
for
a nice
calling.
evening.
Yeah, get some sleep. Get some rest.
All right, night.
Thanks for the call, Barb. Yeah, wow. So we know that there's a few of your subscribers out there listening.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate them. That's for sure.
And I did see where Steve put in the chat earlier that I believe it's called the Olympus Tough 5 is a really great camera for the beach and water hunting.
Okay, we're writing that down. We're writing everything down.
We are. I got a notepad.
That's what newbies do to YouTube.
That's right.
Right, he definitely knows his stuff, and you can even check out some of his videos, and, you don't have to take his word for it. You can see the proof in the video.
Right.
We've been watching a lot of YouTube channels on how to grow your channel, too, and we're learning a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the fun of the adventure, so to speak. Speaking of the YouTube channels, do you guys find yourselves kind of consistently what are some of your favorite channels to watch?
Well, I'll let you go first.
We have a lot of them.
A lot of them.
A lot. And
like I said, we got rid of cable, so we don't watch, we used to watch The Walking Dead and,
Yeah, this is
Criminal Minds. We spent, being couch potatoes when we come home from work, and now we're more active with, all the YouTube channels and this and that. So,
gosh, there's so many of them. Where to start?
What's your favorite? That's what the question was.
My favorite? Oh.
Your favorite types of YouTube channels, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, what's some of your favorite channels?
I love watching, silver stacking, Silver Baggins.
Yeah.
He's fun. He does silver stacking, and his channel is so full of just knowledge on different, he brings in different coins from different countries, and he tells you all about it. And we've actually just started purchasing silver from watching that channel. So Silver Baggins, definitely one of my favorites.
Hey, does Drew have his own channel?
I'm not sure. I mean, he does appear on some of Jocelyn's videos, but I think that's about the extent of it.
He seems to be pretty knowledgeable on the coins too. I think he'd have a really good channel.
He is extremely knowledgeable on coins, actually. We have had him as a guest on the show before. Drew is a really super great guy, wealth of knowledge when it comes to coins, and for those that follow the Beyond Sight and Sound show, you never know, you may be hearing from him again soon.
Oh yeah, my wife it's one of her bucket lists is to hunt with Jocelyn.
Yes, yes. I think that would be just so much fun.
I hear that from a lot of people, and I also hear from a number of people that it was.
So, yeah, her laugh is just contagious. I love her laugh, so it's great. She finds something fun, and she gets that giggle.
What other YouTube channels you like, babe?
Gosh, I love a lot. The Hoover Boys. I love so much history in the Hoover Boys.
Hoover Boys, Kurt and them guys, Brad and
and then
Bob and Billy and those guys. They're great. They're just fun to watch. They're very entertaining, and they just find amazing stuff. They post their videos every Wednesday.
Yeah,
and just awesome. Just some of them are firefighters. They're just good guys, and they have a lot of fun. I think they're sponsored by Garrett.
I think they are. I think. If not, there should be.
Well, I know Brad is. He's pictures on
yeah, that's true.
Brad, his picture's on the box.
Yeah, that's true.
We love watching the Hoover Boys. I like watching Gone Digging.
Tazzy Adventures, they're fun.
Tazzy Adventures,
gosh, Dog is my co-pilot.
Of course, Gigmaster and Gravedigger Max. We always watch those.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely regulars.
There's a lot.
Ohio Metal Detecting, that's a really good channel. Y'all should check that one out.
Molly Man.
Oh, yeah. M.A. Lyman, 24. He's great.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, he just found that eye. That was weird.
That was really weird.
It was a fake eye.
Yeah.
from back in the day. That's a scary find.
Right?
Right. That's a little creepy.
Yeah.
We surf the YouTube all the time, and, just like our videos, some of them aren't, that entertaining. I would think they were all entertaining, but, sometimes, you just, hey, check this out. We love watching the California guys. Yeah, Tony Eisenhower and his Silver Sniffer and those guys. Watching those guys down there. But they haven't been posting for a while, so they got some things going on. And
right.
Tony's been making those headphones for the Equinox, so.
Yeah.
He hasn't been doing a lot of videos. He did a couple last month, I think.
Yeah.
He's been pretty busy with the headphones, I think.
Yeah.
We're going to be using the Excaliburs for relic hunting, and we haven't been seeing a lot of relic hunting with the Excaliburs. Mainly, it's been AT Max, AT Pro, the Deus, stuff like that. So I'm hoping maybe we could open it up a little bit with the out on the relic fields with the Equinoxes, because we'll both have 600s out there. And hopefully we can get a little bit more people watching from that. So.
Yeah.
Right. Shows a little versatility in the channel, a little bit of a different perspective when you're in the dirt.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, last time we went out, we both took the Equinoxes, and I got a little frustrated in the beginning, and so I grabbed my Ace 400 and actually started finding coins.
Yeah, well, you had only had the Equinox, a week or two at that point.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Yeah, I hadn't really had
If I had it my way, I'd take the Excalibur out there, but hey.
So, with using the Equinox, for as long as you two have been, what's the general consensus? Is it a keeper?
Oh, I think it definitely is. Like I said, it's definitely, and of course, like I said, I hunted with the Ace 400 for a little bit before I got the Equinox. So really, the Equinox is really the first machine that I've really gotten to know. And I think that's with any machine that you get. You got to get to know your machine and you got to trust it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to lie. I had mine on Craigslist for a week.
He did.
I was really frustrated with it. And I said, well, you know what? I really don't need this in my life right now. I've got 2 Excaliburs. I love them. I know my Ace 400, and I'm happy. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna MineLab's a great product, and I'm gonna give this a chance.
Yes,
you know, and then what? A couple of weeks later, they come up with the update on it, and update changed it a little bit more. Hopefully, we can get another update on the VDIs, get those a little bit more accurate. That would be nice.
Yeah.
MineLab, if you're listening. But the more I said, okay, well, I'm going to put the Excalibur down for a while and start using the Equinox, and you'll see that in more of our last couple of videos, and I'm starting to get used to it. It's starting to amaze me. Like I said, the separation between a good target and trash, is, where you can pick out a coin between 2 lead balls is incredible. It's
absolutely. It will definitely unmask.
Oh, yeah, and I can't wait to get it out now that I have a little bit more experience, is to take it out in those, the cornfields and see what it can do out there. And, some people say it doesn't have as much depth as the AT Max does. And I love Garrett products, and there's, but I'm really interested to see what the MineLab's going to do. And I think, depth is based on where you hunt. I think if you got a high mineralization soil, you're going to get less depth because you got to, change your settings and all this stuff.
Absolutely,
so it's like,
you will.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I'm curious about to see what kind of depth we can get and stuff like that. Almost, it would be nice to take an AT Max out in an Equinox and actually go over the same targets in the field, not in somebody's backyard in a bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To actually, switch it off back and forth in the field and do the comparing that way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would have to agree there. I mean, some people use test gardens, and I get it. That's great for them, but nothing beats real.
But it's not real.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have all the scrap. You don't have all the scrap metal out there, and the steel, and the aluminum foil, and the lead, and all that other stuff to distract the detector from what it's looking for. In a test bucket, the mineralizations, all this, the metal that's actually in the soil. I mean, so every soil is different.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you can't really judge a depth on a machine based on, holding it in front of the machine and pulling it away from it.
Right.
Or testing it in a perfectly good sand box in the backyard. I mean, you just can't.
Right. I would agree. So, since you've both been in doing this together as a team, what has been like your best or favorite find since starting as a team, Jim, and what has been your best or favorite find as the team, Gina?
Okay, you said since we started hunting together.
Yeah.
Or that I was going to say my wife has been my best find, but
see, he's so sweet. That's why.
On the beach we get asked that question all the time, so that's my answer is my wife, and they all just snicker and laugh. But as a team, I think our best find has been that silver ring. I don't know. I found a 925 men's ring, big, thick thing, and it has 32 real diamonds in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty ring.
And when I pulled it out, it was a ball of black. It's in one of our videos, and I found it actually in the water, and that's probably been I still have that, and that's kind of one of our cool finds, but we've had lots of cool finds.
Yeah.
The other one was a samurai sword.
Yeah.
I found the blade part of the samurai sword. In the water. That was scary.
Wow.
My wife, anything she finds is really
exciting I get
for her
so excited
because there's
over
so much stuff
everything.
that she's never really found.
Right. Well, and especially here recently, the Buffalo Nickel. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I was
definitely.
super excited about that.
I didn't mean to trump her on that.
Did you see it like 5 minutes later? He's like, "Oh, guess what I found?" And I was like, "You know what? Put it down and walk away. Just walk away."
I found that peace dollar, that 1926 peace dollar.
That was nice.
That's right.
That was in the water. Yeah, that was pretty.
I think my favorite, and it's not like it was a great find or anything, but it was the day that my Equinox died, and we were out there hunting for that lady's keys.
Right.
And it was just, there were so many of us out there just looking, and, we all came together to find the one thing. We had people out there with rakes, like raking the sand, and so it was just such a team effort, and that was so nice to see everybody come together, and it was, bonus points. I actually found them, so that was great. But yeah, I think that was one of my favorite times out there, and we see her on the beach all the time, and she's constantly waving at us, and she shows us her new case where she's never going to lose her keys again. But
Nice.
I think anytime you can find a ring that you can get back to somebody is a treasure in its own.
yeah,
So.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Well, you know how I was saying earlier that, we were talking about Jocelyn and all of that, and I was saying earlier, for those who follow the show, we may hear from him again sometime soon, because he really is a wealth of knowledge on coins and all of that.
Right.
We're going to hear from him a little sooner than I had even realized, because we've got Drew on with us.
Digging with Maddie show?
Nice. Hey, Drew.
How's it going?
Good.
All right. How's it going, Drew?
Good. Yeah, I was just messaging with Mark Hoover, and he said you guys were talking about me, so I just pulled up to the house, so I'm sitting in the car, and was listening, and I saw the number and decided to give you a call.
Don't say anything about Drew. He's listening.
They're saying you are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to those coins and relics. You just know your stuff.
I try. I don't know everything about everything, and I will be the first to admit that. But if I don't know, I want to find out what the answer is, because it'll bug the heck out of me.
Okay, Drew, honestly, my favorite thing about you is that snickery laugh you have when you find something better than Jocelyn. I love it. That is so mean.
Yeah, she doesn't love it.
I'm all like, Drew and I would get along just great.
Yeah.
Well, I had a little bit of an unfortunate incident tonight on my way home from digging. Her brand new 2018 Subaru Forester got rear-ended.
Oh, does she know?
Yeah, she knows.
Oh.
And, yeah, well, I mean, I was at a dead stop. It wasn't my fault, so, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
And,
so
it doesn't sound like you were hurt, so that's a good thing. But
yeah.
not
yeah.
yet.
And it'll work out, because the guy's got the same insurance company, so it's just going to make it that much easier.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
You didn't have the kid with you, did you?
No. The kids are with her parents. I'm actually going out there tomorrow afternoon to give them a break tomorrow and Friday. And then the kids will be with her sister Saturday and Sunday, and then I pick her up from the airport on Monday night.
Wow.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. I mean, if you're not watching YouTube, and it's like a family atmosphere, we know so much about everybody based on watching your channels and stuff that it's just like talking to my brother, you know?
Right.
Well, I mean, we're not any different than anybody else. I mean, like, we don't feel like we're any better than anybody else. We just want to have fun just like everybody else.
Yeah.
We just choose to put ourselves out there a little more. That's all.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
And then we've had a couple people start detecting. One of them's our really good friend Larry, because of watching our videos.
Yeah.
He saw that we were having so much fun and making a little money, as well as getting some returns back to people and stuff like that. And he said, I want to be a part of that. So He's definitely metal detecting now. I think he started, 2 months ago, and he's already
He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's already spent a lot of money.
Found a couple of nice rings and some necklaces.
He's also been on the Gig Master with Steve had him on his show and stuff, and we've had him on a couple times. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you can inspire somebody to get off their butt, get away from the couch and the television, and get outside and enjoy themselves, and if they like history or if they just want to feel like a pirate and go find some gold, you know, if you can inspire somebody, you know, I mean, that's just as gratifying as finding something.
You know, when I put those headphones on and I'm out in the water, I mean, I'm in a whole different world. I'm away from work. I'm away from stress. And who knows what I'm going to find out there. You know, when I get that beep sound, my heart starts to flutter. And whether it be a pull tab or a bottle cap or whatever else, it doesn't know. I mean, you don't know how long that's been out there and, you know, when the last time somebody's actually seen it, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
You just never know what you're going to find. And it's like Christmas every day when you're detecting. You're opening a present every time you dig something.
You don't know who was visiting, Scrooge or Santa, but you know. Oh. Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's funny, too. You talk about that little snicker. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos where we go to my button dump.
You guys screen for buttons?
Yeah, we've had the kids there. We had Megan and her husband from Tennessee were there with us.
Yeah.
Well, that's where I went today. So I was telling her about all the stuff I was pulling out of there was, you know, clay marbles and thimbles, and I pulled 24 Pennsylvania staff officer state seal buttons out of there today.
Wow.
And
you said this was
24 of them.
Great.
24 of them. And you know what? I think over the several trips we've been there, probably about 60 of those buttons have come out of that dump. And they just keep popping out. So it's great. And today I actually got my first coin out of that dump. I got a 1900-something Barber silver dime.
Wow.
Nice.
Even better.
Yeah.
So, Drew, when are you going to branch off and have your own channel?
Right?
Probably never.
So you're okay just making appearances on Jocelyn's?
Right?
Yeah, I don't really, I don't know, how do I put this? I don't really look for putting myself out there like that. I want to help people. I want to educate people, and I want to be involved, but I don't want to be that guy that's on YouTube going, look at me, look at me. For me, that's not what it's about. I mean, it's okay. It's fun. Like, we have fun. We have a lot of fun doing what we do.
Right.
But I get irritated. Like, she's like, hey, can you film me doing blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, leave me alone. I'm detecting. Go away. You know, I want to dig. I want to dig. I don't want to play with a camera. If I wanted to play with a camera, I'd be a photographer.
You know, and if you've ever seen our videos, Drew, you'll see that a lot too. We're showing more of what we're doing instead of each other.
Yeah.
You know, unless there's a good-looking woman in a bikini, you know, camera gets, you know.
Yeah.
Usually what happens is if I get a hold of her camera and I'm filming, I'll, like, flip it around. I'll start making faces at it, or... Like, she has to do a lot of editing. Like, she has to do a lot of editing when she gets the camera back from me.
I could so see that.
Well, see, and that's probably another reason why Drew won't do his own channel, because depending on the day, his channel could be banned quite quickly.
Right?
There's a lot.
Yeah, you know, my filter is on most of it. And you know what? It's funny. Because, like, Josh will tell you,
I'm very straightforward. I say what's on my mind, and if you don't like it, I don't care. It is what it is. And I'm just very open like that. But ever since I started dating her, a little over a year ago, I've calmed down a lot because her dad's a pastor, and it's like you really and the kids are always around, and they're 7 and 4, and I'm still getting used to that again. I mean, even after a year, I'm still getting used to that because my son's 19. So my job has been done with him. He's off on his own now. So,
You've got new little ones. So.
Yeah, and they can be a handful, I'll tell you. And some days I don't want to filter when I have to speak to them.
I can see it now. Jocelyn's all like, Drew, where's your video? I got 2 hours of footage, but only 5 minutes of it's any good.
Right? Sounds like a trucker longhorn bleeping everything out.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I could probably put some truckers to shame on a good day.
Oh, yeah. I'm certain.
Yeah. It was like that day I saw that guy that 80-year-old man walking down the beach in a woman's thong.
Yeah.
My wife had to bleep the heck out of that video.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It was bad. You should have heard his mouth. I was like, oh no.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Dave Wise, he likes to always bring up my one find that was like really, really messed up. I was out. It was here in the city somewhere, and I'm cruising along, and all of a sudden I see this big black rubber thing laying on the ground. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Oh boy!
Does it take batteries, Drew?
No, it didn't. It was one of the battery-free varieties, but it was double-ended. No, it was. Yeah, just it was there, and it was really messed up because when I kicked it off to the side, there was a good signal, and literally right underneath of it, like 3 inches down, was a religious medal.
Okay, so if there's any kids listening, it was a Cabbage Patch doll.
It was a Cabbage Patch.
Yes, it was a Cabbage Patch doll.
Exactly. That's what we're sticking with.
Yes, yeah.
Yep. I filtered that as best I could.
Right? Yeah.
And believe me, he did. That was done quite well, Drew.
I try.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually, Jim and Gina were talking about how they get such a kick out of watching Jocelyn's videos. Maybe one of these days they might be able to hunt with her.
Yep.
I don't see why not.
That'd be cool.
Well, mainly my wife wants to hunt with her. I'd rather hunt with you, Drew.
Yeah, I'm more fun.
Shut her mouth and go over there, and
Well, I have 3 or 4 different finds bags. I'm sure one of them can carry a 6-pack or so.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I'll tell you what too. If you guys are doing the YouTube channel and everything, it's always good to do like collaborations with other YouTubers.
Yes, it is. The networking and cross promotion.
It helps you reach their subscribers, and it helps their subscribers reach your channel.
Right.
And it kind of spreads the word a little bit, and it helps you build a network of friends, and you get that little bit of extra camaraderie, and it's a lot of fun. Like we bounce around and we hang out with Aqua Chigger and Quarter Hoarder and the Backwoods Boys, Brian Allen at Digging 9 to 5. Like there's a ton of awesome people that we've had the opportunity to just go dig with that are just they're YouTubers. That's their thing. And it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I can see where it would be for sure.
Especially if you're hanging out with me.
Right.
Yeah, we were out on the beach one time a couple of weeks ago, and there were, what, five of us out there? 5 YouTubers out there?
Yeah.
There was Max and Steve and us, and I don't remember who
They
else
were in a
was out
boat.
there.
That's not fair. We'd have to swim out to them.
That's true, they were in a boat.
I love watching Max's videos.
Yeah, he's a hoot.
Yeah, Max is going to tell you how it is.
It's true.
If it's junk, it's junk. If it's crap, it's crap. I mean, there's no censor on that.
Nope.
No,
a little
there's not.
A little bit, but he is a great guy. He really is. And,
Yeah.
Steve's just got so much energy. Oh my God!
Right? I don't know where he gets that from. He's so full of energy.
But
Yes, he is.
Definitely. Well, if you ever up in this area, give us a holler, Drew.
I think we're down.
That'd be down for Drew, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, down? Oh,
Yeah,
he's up
It's Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, we're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I live in Philly. She lives about 25 minutes north of Gettysburg, so it's about a 2-hour drive for me to get to her. But I spend I'll spend 4 days out there and 3 days here at home. We split the time up. Eventually, I'm probably going to be moving out that way. With the kids and her folks, it's a lot easier to have somebody keep an eye on the kids.
Yeah, for sure.
If we have to go somewhere. And that's the other thing, too, is I really push to take the kids to a lot of things that we do. But some of the places we go, we just can't. It's just not feasible. It's not safe.
Right, not a good kid-friendly environment.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to a seated hunt, or if you're going to like the gold prospecting events like Fossick or something like that, yeah, that you can do. If we're going to be out in a farm field, sure, no problem. But if we're traipsing through, say, the New England woods looking for cellar holes, nah, they're not going to have any of that.
Right.
And it looks like
a little dangerous for them.
It looks like we've got Chuck back on with us.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, I had a call back. I've got a fix for Drew's problem in the drive time.
Uh-oh.
And if she remembers last year when we were out at SHOT Show, we were talking, and the big rumor was I was getting questions while I was doing some feeding that to ask you why or when you and Jocelyn were getting married. So now I got you on the spot. You can
eventually.
I say one step. He's going to move there first.
I don't know. He just wrecked her car.
Right?
I know. Well, you know what?
Tomorrow.
No, you know what? We've talked about that. I mean, I've been married and divorced once already, and she's trying to get the last I's dotted and T's crossed with her ex-husband. And I told her, I said, you know what? When you're ready and I'm ready and it's right, it'll happen. I don't see myself going anywhere, in the future. I finally found the one that I click with, just perfectly. So it's like, I know.
But I could not resist that.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No, it'll happen eventually. It's just a matter of getting a few more ducks in a row before we can, actually go through with it.
Nice.
Well, you better.
I already told her. I already told her. That's my goal here. That's what I want. So, and she feels the same, and.
You two,
we just got to get.
You two mesh very well, and great kids. You two.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're a pretty all right guy yourself, Chuck.
Absolutely.
Well, I try to be upstanding, but I can't miss a little bit of a rub when it comes across. I'm sorry, I had to call back in.
That's all right, man. That's all right.
Always keep them
It's
guessing.
a lot of fun, and I hope to get out and hunt with you sometime. And I'll be out in Virginia, and I'm going to have a week of free time, and I do have some sites lined up that are private, and I'm going to get out on. I'm actually going to be testing the Knox out in that hot ground, so we'll see how that does. And I don't know if you're stumbling around the area, call me. I think you got my number. If not, you can message me on Facebook, buddy.
Oh, I sure do.
All right. Take care of yourself. Say hi to Jocelyn when she gets back, and good hunting and travels. And you better get the car fixed, dude.
Yeah, I've already called the insurance company. I've already filed the police report. We're good. So she's got full coverage. I don't think it's going to be a problem.
There you go. That's good. Big thing is, buddy, you weren't hurt, or he wasn't hurt, and that's the nice thing about it. Night all.
Yeah.
All right.
Night,
Thanks
Chuck.
for the call, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck.
Yep, bye-bye.
Take care, Chuck.
Didn't Chuck say good night last time?
He did. He
Yeah,
was just kidding, though.
but Chuck's right. He will not pass up the chance to get a good rub in, too, if he's on it.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, no, actually, I got to, I got to finally meet and hang out with Chuck in Vegas back in January when we went out for the SHOT Show. He's super great guy to hang out with.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah,
you went to
absolutely.
Vegas. You went to Vegas. Did you come back with less money than you started, or?
You know, I did a little bit of gambling, and I think I walked out of the casino like 41 cents ahead.
Well, you know,
See?
we're
That
from
counts.
we're from California, and there's an Indian casino that was 5 miles from us, and I think they expanded to a 600-room hotel, and I think most of that was our money.
Most of it was, I'm sure. Sure. Well, yeah.
Well, that's very generous of you two.
Right? Yeah.
It wasn't on purpose.
No. I know when we did go to Vegas, though, we spent more time, like, looking at the
Yeah, Vegas is
scenery.
incredible.
And, yeah, it was just so beautiful. I don't think we actually did a lot of gambling when we went to Vegas.
Yeah.
So,
Probably for the best.
I-
Can't afford to support another hotel.
I know, right? Yeah, we already got the one at the road. So, you know. But,
There was so much to do while we were there. I mean, like the show itself is like a huge sportsman's show, basically.
Oh, yeah.
For companies to get together and network with each other. There was so much to see, so much to do. I think gambling at the casino was like the last thing on my mind.
right.
But we definitely had a blast. That was the first time I'd ever been to Vegas. And it was funny, too, because everybody was making jokes about us getting married while we were there. So I had snapped a picture of a newlywed Nevada license plate in a gift shop and posted it on Facebook, and everybody lost their mind.
Wow.
Oh, did you get the Elvis in the background? No.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. We actually got married in Reno.
Well, you're talking about the shows, Drew. That's one thing about California I miss is they had a lot of treasure hunting shows, golden gem shows, and treasure metal detecting shows and stuff. We haven't seen any of that out here in Virginia.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
There's plenty of road shows.
There
though.
are. There are. You just have to do a little research. I know there's like coming up. There's the gold prospecting show, the 27th and 28th in Ohio. There's usually another one in North Carolina around this time of year. Now, next weekend, the 27th and 28th, her and I will be in Gettysburg. North-South Trader Magazine's putting on a Civil War show. I'm going to be sitting at the American Digger table with Mary Schaefer.
Nice.
I think Joss is going to be roaming around. Nugget's going to be there set up. So, I mean, there is stuff. There's the New York, New Jersey Gem and Fossil Fair every year, which is huge.
Wow.
You just got to look online, but there are things here on the East Coast, and the prospecting end of it is probably a lot less because this isn't really true gold country here. I mean, even though we do have areas, And there's actually an area right out by her in Lattimore Township that is known for its gold. But it's just not as prevalent here as it is out west. So that's probably why you don't see as many gold show and events on the East Coast as you do on the West Coast.
Right.
Yeah, there's so much gold up in those rivers. It's incredible. Anybody says, well, there's no gold anymore. Yeah,
Yes,
right. Yeah, there's a lot of gold up there. A lot
Right.
of gold.
Absolutely. And like he was saying, even though the gold shows may not be quite as prevalent, there are still plenty of gem, fossil, relic shows, stuff like that.
Right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I went to this Gettysburg show last year, and I had to bring like 3 clean T-shirts with me because I kept slobbering all over myself. I mean, there's some amazing stuff that I got to see that you even if you don't buy anything, even if you don't, if nothing else, you get to see some things and handle things that you normally wouldn't get to see and handle.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons I really like going to those shows. I do pick up a few things here and there for my collection, but you just gotta go online and do a little research. But there is a lot of stuff out there.
Let's check it out more.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to search more.
Right. And a lot of these shows he talks about, usually they have event pages set up, and a lot of times you can find those events if you check out the Dirt Pirates upcoming events page on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, writing it down.
And we do try to share them on the Beyond Sight and Sound page as well when they're brought to our attention.
Right.
Okay.
Well, like I said, we're learning as we go.
Yes. Always learning.
Listen, I've been doing this hobby. So when I first got into stuff, I was a bottle digger and an arrowhead hunter, and I had never really thought much about metal detecting. But I've been doing metal detecting 14 years now, and I learn new stuff every single time I go out. Every single time, because not every site is the same. Not everything that you're going to find is the same. There's stuff to learn every single time you go out. And if you're not learning, somebody said it last night, if you're not learning, you might as well just hang it up and be done.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It is.
And till recently in Virginia, I was one of those solo hunters. I would be out there all by myself all the time. Just leave me alone, let me do my thing, and really didn't get into any clubs or anything. And out here, we're actually in a metal detecting club. And
Yeah.
I got to say, if you're not in a club, and especially if you're a first-time detectorist or anything like that, you really need to get into these clubs. They don't cost a lot of money, but they're so full of information and good people, and you're sharing the same, likes and
the same hobbies.
the hobbies, and it's just like there was a lost ring, and the whole club chipped in, and many of the members went out and looked for this ring, and we finally found it today. But there's so much involvement, and if you're not in a club, it's a great way to get started in metal detecting. It's going to answer any of your questions you got on detectors or any of that stuff, and we have a lot of fun, especially with the club hunts and stuff, where they're seated club hunts and stuff. We have a blast with those. So
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty fortunate here. You've got Pirates of the Pines that meets. You've got the South Jersey Metal Detecting Club, and you've got the Mid Jersey Metal Detecting Club. You've got Deep Search. You've got ECRDA. I mean, there's several clubs that are accessible. I belong to the South Jersey Club, and I'm the vice president of the Mid Jersey Club. And we have a lot of members that go to both of those, but we have members that only come to our club or ones that only go to the South Jersey Club. So you get to meet and talk to different people, and it's also a good help too, because when you have a larger group of people, say your township decides that they want to ban metal detecting, the bigger the group, the more back you have, the easier it's going to be to fight that township or that municipality and get your hobby back.
Yeah,
and there is power in numbers.
Yeah, it was our club, it was the actual club that got that beach reopened up here where we are. So
Yeah.
I mean, when I took over as vice president, January of this year, I think we were at like 30 members, and we've more than doubled in less than a year.
Nice, good job.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Like I pushed the club, and I set up. We got the new Facebook page going for it, and things get posted on there, and it's just the website got a revamp. It's just you gotta be involved though. You can't just show up at a club meeting and sit there and get your points for your fines and eat your donut and drink your coffee. You really gotta get involved. You gotta volunteer a little bit or help somebody out. Because that's what the club is supposed to do. That's what you're there for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
And there again, you'll get out of it what you put into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're cheap. They're not expensive to be members. I think our club is $25 per family for a year. We're with the Hampton Roads.
That's what ours is.
Yeah, we're with the Hampton Roads Recovery Society. We have our other local club that's up here. It's called Tidewater Metal Detecting. Anything?
Yeah.
They're in Virginia Beach, a little bit farther from us, but yeah.
I have one of their stickers on the back of my Camaro.
For Tidewater?
That was, yep. That was courtesy of the lovely Miss Ina Finn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we just talked to her yesterday on the phone. She was calling about that same missing ring. So
Yeah.
It's funny how everything goes in a circle.
I saw her. She was just at Diggin, South Jersey at Joe DeMarco's hunt, and that lucky lady walked away with an Equinox.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Yeah.
She said she picked up 2 tokens, and one of them was an Equinox. So
yeah, she was definitely excited.
We see her out on the beaches out here sometimes. So
yeah, that couldn't have happened to a nicer lady. She definitely deserved that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Actually,
to her
I think
on that.
Right?
Yeah, she's the reason. Actually, I got the mods on my Excaliburs from Joe Beechnut. Got the mods for the headphones where I could switch them out to any CTX 3030 headphones. That is just, Joe does a great job on those. They're phenomenal. It's if you have an Excalibur, I recommend getting the mod and being able to change out your headphones to Grey Ghost or whatever you want to change them out to.
Mm-hmm. I'd swear Joe probably knows more about the Excalibur than the Mind Lab engineers at this point.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Him and Tony Eisenhower.
Yeah. It's like...
Yeah, and you know what? I have another coin dealer that I was just talking to, and he's getting up there, age-wise, and he's not detecting anymore. And he tells me, he's like, I got all these machines in my basement. Maybe I get you to sell them for me. I said, okay, what are they? Oh, I got an Excalibur, I got a Sovereign GT, I got a Fisher CZ, and he's rattling off. I'm like, jeez, man.
Right.
I was like, that Excal, I get my hands on that Excal. If it works and it works good, that one's going in my arsenal.
Right.
There you go.
$500, all of it.
There you go.
Actually, I was just telling Josh the other night that my 800 Excalibur, I actually purchased that for $100, and it was a disaster. Put another $450 through Anderson rod, got new knobs, new guards, new this, new that, and that thing, I've found so many rings with it. It's paid for itself many, many times over already.
Yeah, I mean, geez, my first year alone with the E-Track, I cashed in close to $600 in change and probably close to $600 in scrap metal the first year.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not even including the rings or the coins or the relics and the other stuff that's worth money. I mean, I don't sell my finds. I've only ever sold one thing, and I really regret doing that, and I haven't ever done it since. But it was one of those situations where it was either scrap the gold ring or don't pay the bill. So unfortunately, that's where it went. It went into a bill, but at least I got pictures of it, and I still have the stones from it. So it was just an ugly nugget ring. So I might actually get another one made. And
hey, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't feel bad about that, Drew. I actually at one time had to sell all my detectors to pay the bills. You know, family comes first. And I went, almost 2 years without detecting at all because I couldn't afford it. But once I got back on my feet and everything, we were good. I was able to start picking up some more detectors and going back out again. But sometimes, it's like that. Sometimes family comes first, electricity, food, stuff like that. And
kids get cranky when you don't feed them.
Yeah, you got to part with something you love and just know that you're going to get it back later on, So
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the discussion I have with the guy that owns the shop that I run. I look at my coin collection as revolving inventory. And I look at my inventory as my collection, and it's all replaceable. Every bit of it's replaceable. I mean, there's nothing that I own that I can't go out and buy again. So if I have to sell something, it's okay. I can go buy another one.
Yep.
Yeah. But there are a couple of those items you just fall in love with, and it's like, okay, well, oh my God.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to let it go.
I give the wife. I find a ring and a wife claims it. It's like, hey, can I have that ring back? That's not going to happen.
It's not.
I'll take a second job.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, every ring he finds, I have to try on before we even clean it up. It's like, wait, let's see if it fits. Okay, you can have it.
She does that. She does that in the video wrap-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. I know how it goes. I don't even need a ring sizer. My wife tells me as soon as it comes out of the ground.
Yep. Yeah.
Exactly. She even tries on the men's rings.
I do.
Yeah.
Some of those are huge. It's like, God, that's got to be like a 13 or something crazy.
All right. Well, I find myself starting to do it too now. So.
Wow.
It just looks different on the hand than it does, looks different on the finger than it does in the hand.
All right.
There you go. Well, we've actually ran on. Actually, I've kept you guys on longer than we had planned to. But
I'm sorry, it's my fault. Blame me.
No. But before we do roll out of here, why don't you go ahead and mention your page if you'd like, Drew, and then if anything Jim and Gina's got yet to mention, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody ever, anybody can always reach out to me on my personal page and shoot me a PM anytime. Right before I called in and started listening to the show, I spent a little over an hour on the phone with a guy from Kansas that had some coin questions. So, I mean, you can always reach me through private message. I've also got the Facebook page, Old Time Numismatics, I can be reached through, or you can reach either myself or Jocelyn at relicrecoverist.com. We have an email link in there as well. My phone number is always readily available if anybody ever needs to get a hold of me for something.
I think I've seen it on an outhouse.
Actually, I think that was the Love's truck stop in the shower.
Oh Lord, y'all are too much.
But
it could be.
But yeah,
like I said,
and that goes for you guys. That goes for you guys too. If you guys like really want to get together sometime, just get a hold of me. Shoot me a PM. We'll exchange numbers. And we'll get on the phone and try to figure something out. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think I might be down in Virginia around the December 10th area. There's a hunt going on that I got asked to, follow along with somebody. So I may actually be down in Virginia in the, I want to say close to Culpeper, but not near Culpeper, I guess. I don't know. So I don't know how far you guys are from there, but
we're actually in Yorktown, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so you guys are further east.
Yeah, definitely.
so.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, either way, I mean, shoot me a message. We'll exchange numbers and we'll figure something out, because her and I are always down for a road trip. And if you guys want to come up our way, we can figure something out. The fields are starting to get cut, so we'll have access to fields again.
Yeah, we got some permission.
Just get a hold of me, shoot me a PM, and we'll make something happen.
Okay,
Cool.
just know that we're a little
nice.
crazy. I mean, like sword fighting with machines and stuff. You know.
But not too hard.
As long as you don't try to do any like sword fighting like the guys in Nevermind.
Right, with the Cabbage Patch dolls, right? We're back to
Yeah, with Cabbage Patch Doll. Yeah, with Cabbage Patch Doll.
Yeah.
My
Right.
filter kicked in. Thank God my filter kicked in.
You guys might think you're a little crazy, but I don't think it, Drew will probably look at you and say, oh, if that's all, do your worst.
Right.
Like, I like to have fun. I like to have a good time, and as long as people are real, and we just enjoy ourselves. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I don't care if I don't find a thing. I don't care if I dig only a zinc penny. As long as everybody's having fun, joking around, have a couple beers, whatever. Just
Enjoying
that's what
life.
it's about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just enjoy
Okay,
life. It's
well,
too short
I'm
to
the type
not.
of guy that'll pick up a spider and put it on your back just to see you run. So,
Oh, see,
Okay, well, it's good thing spiders don't bother me, so I'm good with that.
I'll wait till you're detecting and see a flock of seagulls and throw some crackers your way and see what happens.
It's funny because where she's at right now, she's with KG and Rangy over there.
Oh yeah.
And those guys are like total pranksters. They're funny
yeah.
as all get out.
Yeah, I love watching their
Well,
videos.
She was repacking her bag in the hotel room tonight, and we were FaceTiming, and she was finding potatoes in her suitcase.
That's one of the reasons we like watching the Hoover Boys too. Is they're like that.
They're such practical jokers. They're great.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta have fun.
Absolutely.
Well, it's nice talking to you, Drew.
Absolutely. Definitely PM's coming your way.
Cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anything that you two have left to mention?
Well, just bear with us. Like I said, we're kind of new at the YouTube thing. We've been posting quite a few videos, and believe it or not, I mean, we're only weekend warriors. We have regular jobs, so
yeah.
But
9-5.
we're learning more and more and more as we go, and we really just want to keep them fun and family orientated is our main thing. So I mean, we don't want little kids on there going, "Hey, what are those guys doing?" But
right.
So I mean, just trying to build our channel, and we're meeting a lot of people and loving it, and
have fun.
Like I said, I mean, if you're just starting out in detecting, you need to get to your local club, support them, be with them. You'll learn a lot. If it's not for you, it's not for you, but you don't know until you try.
Right.
So
it is fun.
All right. Couldn't have been said better myself. I'll go ahead and mute out this channel, and we'll get out of here in just a few minutes. Hang in there with me, folks. All right. So obviously there are great calls from Chuck and Drew and Barb and great conversation with Jim and Gina, Coils to the Soil. Quick update on the lymphoma bracelets. the last I checked, there was some sort of an issue with shipping, but I should be back into stock with supplies for those by the end of the week, and we will be getting those out. So thanks to everyone for their patience in that. We're back Sunday night with XP Team USA, talking with a couple of their members, and don't forget that Halloween show coming up. Until the next time, if you enjoyed the show, throw us a like right here. You can follow us on Spreaker, Facebook, and all the other lovely places we show up. Have a wonderful evening, folks. We'll roll the music.